When you walk down the grocery store produce aisle, you see pristine, dew-covered vegetables. But are they actually as nutritious as they look? The moment a plant is plucked from the soil, it begins a rapid process of biological decay. As it travels from the farm to a distribution center and finally to the store shelf, constant exposure to light, air, and fluctuating temperatures slowly drains its internal chemistry. This chart tracks the timeline of a harvested leafy green. Notice how over just 7 days in transit, the concentration of heat and light-sensitive nutrients, like vitamin C and vital folates, drops by up to 50%. By the time that spinach makes it into your refrigerator, a massive portion of its micronutrients has already vanished, leaving us consuming structurally intact but chemically hollow greens. To solve this problem of degrading produce, the supplement industry offers a modern shortcut, condensing dozens of plants into a shelf-stable powder to freeze time right at the moment of peak harvest. Removing water to prevent a food source from spoiling is one of the oldest techniques in human history. But are these bright green scoops actually a biological equivalent to fresh produce, or are we paying for a cleverly marketed illusion? To find out what survives the journey from farm to powder, we have to examine the exact thermodynamics of how these plants are dried. This animation demonstrates a common industrial process called spray drying. The liquid plant extract is blasted with air heated to around 150 degrees Celsius, which rapidly evaporates the water, but ends up fracturing fragile, heat-labile molecules like vitamin C. That extreme heat also targets the plant's natural pigments. The central magnesium ion inside a bright green chlorophyll molecule gets displaced, chemically converting it into a dull, olive-brown pheophytin. Premium powders use a much gentler method called freeze drying. Here, the harvested greens are rapidly frozen and then placed in a vacuum chamber where the solid ice turns directly into vapor, a physical process known as sublimation. By completely bypassing the liquid phase and avoiding high heat, freeze-drying manages to preserve roughly 90 to 97% of the original vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants. The exact temperature, time, and pressure applied during dehydration dictate whether the final product retains its biological potency or is reduced to nutritionally empty dust. When you successfully extract the water weight without destroying the chemical compounds, you are left with an incredibly dense, shelf-stable source of vitamin A and K, the essential B complex, iron, and magnesium. This graphic of a balancing scale shows the sheer density of the concentrate. A single tablespoon of a high-quality powder holds the exact same micronutrient payload as multiple cups of fresh spinach. But physics demands a harsh trade-off. Achieving that massive concentration requires completely destroying the plant's natural physical structure, specifically the water and dietary fiber that form its biological matrix. That missing fiber serves a vital purpose in human digestion. It regulates how quickly blood sugar rises, and it acts as the primary food source for a healthy gut microbiome. We gain immense density and convenience with a powder, but we sacrifice the physical architecture that makes a plant so beneficial to digest. There is also the problem of bioavailability. Simply swallowing a high concentration of vitamins does not guarantee your body will actually absorb or utilize them. Inside a whole plant, nutrients exist within a fibrous matrix. This synergistic biological team controls how and when different compounds are released in your gut. For example, when you eat a whole piece of produce, the naturally occurring vitamin C chemically assists your digestive tract in absorbing the plant's native iron. When you isolate those nutrients and strip away the plant's physical structure, that natural teamwork is disrupted, which can lower the overall absorption rate compared to eating the fresh vegetable. The fibrous delivery mechanism holding the plant together proves to be just as important to our biology as the nutritional payload itself. Because they lack fiber, water, and the complex phytonutrient diversity of an intact plant, greens powders cannot fully replace whole vegetables. However, they remain highly efficient supplements. In extreme scenarios where fresh produce is completely inaccessible, dehydrated nutrition provides a crucial, lightweight lifeline. For daily life, real whole produce must remain the foundation of your diet, providing the satiety and structural complexity your body requires. But in a fast-paced world where fresh vegetables degrade by the day, a high-quality freeze-dried powder serves as a scientifically backed safety net, bridging the gaps in our daily micronutrient intake.